Well, it's about time you've come around. You've been unconscious for quite a while. Tell me, how are you feeling? Where are you? Well, it's a bit difficult to explain. Tell me, what's the last thing you remember? It's okay. You don't need to panic. It takes time to remember after something like this. It's okay. Just try to think, okay? Take all the time you need. You're still having some trouble remembering? Well, maybe you're tired, or possibly dehydrated. It has been... let me see. Oh dear. You've been unconscious for a day and... What time do you have? Oh, right. You probably lost your watch, didn't you? Let me see if I have mine on me. Oh, here it is. 9 hours. Yeah, you could definitely use some water. Here, I'll get you some, okay? Just try not to move. You're still very injured, and I have no doubt your head will hurt if you try to sit up too quickly. Yes, you did get hurt recently. If you don't remember, it might be best if I explain what happened to you. Is that okay? Alright then, just drink this and I'll explain everything, okay? First and foremost, I do need to make sure that your memory is still mostly intact, so can you tell me your name? Excellent. If you still remember your name, then it means that most of your long-term memory is still intact. That's a very, very good sign. Now, do you remember my name? It's okay if you don't. Just take your time, try to think. If you don't remember it, it's okay, I can tell you. It's alright, you don't need to apologize for not remembering. My name is Hanji. Do you remember where you work? You think you know. Alright, well, tell me what you think, and I'll let you know if it's correct. Alright, that's okay, you don't need to be extremely specific. You do work in the military, you're right about that. Now, you work in the military branch known as the Survey Corps. Do you remember what we do? You have a rough idea. Alright, just tell me what you think again, and I'll let you know how accurate it is. You think that we go beyond the walls and we explore. Well, you're partially correct. That is some of our job. But we also fight titans along the way. Yes, you do fight titans. I know it's probably a lot to remember, isn't it? But that's okay. I'm here to help you as much as you need. Well, I'm sort of a doctor. I'm the Survey Corps' lead scientist. I'm also a squad leader. And since I do have a science background, I also have a bit of a medical background, which means that I am situated to properly treat your injuries. The injuries that you had, they were... Well, let's start with the injuries on most of your body. Those weren't too severe. You'll need to be on bed rest for a while, but nothing should affect your quality of life. Your head injury, though. That's the main issue that I'm worried about now. You fell unconscious shortly after you got hit in the head. You see, It's probably best if you put the water down for a moment. We were beyond the walls, as usual, and we were chasing after the armored titan. He and the Colossal had kidnapped Aaron, and he began throwing titans at us, trying to keep us away and keep himself safe. when a titan was thrown toward you, your horse flung you off. It reared back in fright, and you flew headfirst into a tree. You fell unconscious, and one of your fellow cadets managed to keep you safe, but your injuries were extensive, and we weren't sure if you would ever wake up. Now that you have, though, it's difficult. It's difficult to know how much damage was done, how much damage might be caused in the future, and your sudden forgetfulness. It's alarming. It is certainly alarming, especially considering how much happened while you were asleep. What happened while you were asleep? Everyone in the Survey Corps was named an outlaw. The Survey Corps has essentially been disbanded, and, as I'm sure you've noticed, we're not in a typical infirmary. We're in a bedroom. Right now we're staying in a cottage in the woods. We're hiding. That's where you are right now. Everyone else is out for the day, but I stayed here to keep an eye on you. And it looks like that was a good decision, since if you woke up here with no memory of how you got here, you'd probably be terrified, right? That's what I thought. And considering you are injured and you don't remember being moved here or ever even seeing this place, I'm guessing you would have assumed kidnapping or something like that. Yeah, it's certainly very confusing to wake up in an unfamiliar place, isn't it? Especially if you're alone. So, it is a good thing I stayed behind. I don't know that for certain. Not just yet, at least. I don't know if your forgetfulness is temporary or if it's something more severe. What was that? Oh, of course, I can get you some more water. Here, is that enough? No problem. Is this normal? Being thirsty? Yes, absolutely. Especially with how long you were unconscious. What? It was a full day and 9 hours. That's how long you were unconscious. Don't you remember that? That's okay. I did tell you essentially right after you woke up, so it's okay if you're a bit forgetful about that. I'm sorry? You don't remember what happened? Okay, no, everything's okay. Can you tell me, do you remember my name? I just need you to answer because it's important, okay? Just do your best, try to remember. You don't remember? No, please don't apologize. It isn't your fault. It's not like you're trying to forget. Do you remember your name? Good. Do you remember, where you work? In the military, yes. Do you remember where you are? Okay, no. Everything's fine. I'm just a bit frazzled. I was up really late last night keeping an eye on you, Why was I keeping an eye on you? You're injured. I gave you a high dose of painkillers, so you might not be able to feel it, but... How were you injured? Why does your head hurt so much? You don't remember? No, it's okay, it's fine, No, it isn't any trouble to remind you, it's just... I told you that. I told you how you were injured just a few minutes ago. I told you... Do you remember how long you were unconscious for? No. I did tell you. I know I did. I told you twice now. No, you don't need to be worried just yet. After all, I did give you a high dose of painkillers, and I did give you a sedative, just in case you woke up while we were transporting you, and I didn't want to risk you screaming or being in pain. Transporting you from where? Well, first from outside of the walls back to HQ, and... Yes, you were outside of the walls. You don't remember that? Okay. That's concerning then. This is starting to get concerning. Because you sustained an injury to your head while we were on an expedition of sorts. We were trying to save Aaron. Do you remember him? Barely? All right. You sustained an injury to your head, which meant that you fell unconscious, and now it seems that your memory is being affected. No, it's okay. You still remember your name. You remember that you work in the military. That's very good. Can you tell me where you were born? Where you grew up? Good. Then it seems your long-term memory is still unaffected. That's the most important thing right now, okay? Why? Because that's something that we can't help you remember. We don't know the names of your family, and we don't know every detail about what happened to you before the accident. Hell, we barely know anything about what happened to you before you joined the military. We can help you remember everything after the incident, okay? But we wouldn't be able to help you remember everything from your past. So it's very important that stays intact. Why wouldn't it stay intact? Just drink your water for a little bit. I'm going to get you some food. You're hungry, right? And then I'll explain everything, okay? Just here. I'll make a little note for you. It might take me a minute to come back. Just stay here. Drink your water. I'll be back with food soon. Oh, I should probably add this. You're safe. You are safe here. You know me. You might not remember, but you do know me. And I won't hurt you, okay? Just try to remember that, okay? I'll be back in a moment, I promise.